Rainbow here.
Wow, that's a
We
good
got
size
a pretty
fish.
jumbo rainbow here.
Holy moly. Oh my
Low
gosh.
tip. Low tip.
That is a big one.
There you go. Attaboy. Very good. Now bring him up to me and we'll give him the old scoop ski. Oh, that's a big fish.
Beauty.
Wow.
There's that 3-pounder we were looking for, buddy.
Yeah, at least.
Look
at that.
More like 4.
Yeah. You got to take a picture of that one before we let it go. That's a beauty.
Howdy folks, I'm Kel Kellogg and it is time for your Collins Lake Fishing Report. And remember, if you like this kind of content, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, and you'll always know when the Catch America team is here on YouTube talking about fishing. The trout fishing at Collins Lake is absolutely excellent. Outstanding fishing, pretty much limits all week. Big fish of the week on my boat, 8.5 pounds, an 8.5 pound Lassen rainbow. We've gotten a bunch of lightning trout. Top lightning trout day of the week, I had 7 lightning trout on one trip. That 8.5 pound rainbow, I had some little girls out on the boat with their dads. I had 4 little girls, 2 dads. We had a quadruple hookup. We landed that 8.5 pound rainbow. We landed 1 over 4, 1 over 3, and 1 smaller fish. That's the first time on a guide trip I've ever had a quadruple hookup where we landed all 4 fish. And if there was ever a time to do it, that was the time, because that 8.5 pounder was just an absolutely gorgeous fish. I'd like to tell you that I'm using a variety of different baits. I actually am using a variety of different baits because I keep experimenting to see if I can find something better than the pink Trout Tricks minnow, and it hasn't happened yet. I've got some fish on flies, I've got some fish on spoons, I've got some fish on plugs, but nothing is producing as well as the bubblegum pink Trout Tricks minnow. This is 100 pack of minnows. I've been going through 100 minnows a week. That's how good the action is on the minnows. Top depths anywhere from 15 to 35 feet deep. If I had to choose one depth to fish at, 17 feet would be the depth. The surface temperature out there yesterday is about 66 to 68 degrees depending on the area. It's probably going to cool down a little bit over the next couple days. We're going to have sun, but we're also going to have some pretty stiff breeze, and that tends to cause some upwelling. It's going to make that surface temperature cool off a bit. It shouldn't affect the bite much at all. Team that bubblegum pink Trout Tricks minnow with an action disc, and you are going to get your fish on. I've been using a lot of my trigger scent, and it has been an important part of the bite. I've tried trout sauce. I've tried some other scents. The trigger scent is working best. Near as I can tell, it's generating about 3 to 1, the number of strikes over a minnow without any scent on it at all. So if you want maximum results, get your hands on some of my trigger scent, slather it on your baits. It's going to help to close the deal. Now, some days, those trout, they are a little tentative. You'll see them come in, they'll peck at your bait. If you see that, you got to be Johnny on the spot. Grab that line, pump it a little bit, and very often that fish will get more serious. They'll grab it and they'll get hooked. Now, it's not a guitar string. Don't twang it. Grab the line and give it a few 2, 3, 4 pumps just like that. It's going to cause that minnow to accelerate a little bit, and very often that trout's going to grab it. That hook's going to loop right around the lower jaw, and there is no way they are going to get away. I'm using divers right now. You could certainly use your downriggers, but for me, the divers are outperforming everything else, so I'm going to keep on using them until they stop performing. Final thought, get some of these pink, bubblegum pink Trout Tricks minnows. Get up there and get a limit of those Lassen trout because the meat is phenomenal. They're fighting great. It's just a great time at Collins Lake. Get that ice cream when you leave. If you'd like to experience Collins Lake trout fishing at its best with me while learning the finer points of trout fishing, give me a call, 530-320-0368. I am going to be fishing up there at least through the month of June, and I look forward to getting out on the water with you. You can also check me out online at fishkelkellogg.com. I'll catch you next time right here on YouTube, guys. Thanks for all the support.
Hey there, this is Kevin Brock, and you're watching the episode on Catch America. And we're doing a weekly report, so we want to let you guys know how things are going. So we're fishing over in the Calusa area. We're still fishing stripers. Fishing's been red hot, lots and lots of fish. Water's cold, fish haven't spawned yet. We're fishing from Calusa all the way down to the Meridian Bridge. It's been all last week. That's kind of the hot spot. But there's been a lot of fish also from Meridian Bridge all the way down to Tisdale, and a lot of my buddies are getting them down below. So basically from Calusa all the way down to Tisdale and even lower, they're catching tons of stripers in the Delta. It's been an absolutely amazing striper season so far and continues to keep going. So water clarity is clear, what we consider clear for the upper river. We're using minnows. Now then, I see guys trolling, casting swim baits, but minnows with clients is almost a guarantee. So we're using minnows. That's been the thing. Water temperature 61, 62 degrees. Outer air temperature is going to bump up a little bit into the low 80s, and maybe cool back down next week. But awesome fishing weather. So get out and go fishing. Don't forget to subscribe and like and do all that great stuff on Facebook. We appreciate you guys so much. We appreciate you watching Catch America. There's a lot of information on here, and it'll really help you guys out. And feel free to call anytime. Book trips at fishkevinbrock.com and check out our videos there. And again, God bless and thank you for watching.
Hi, Captain Wes Hoskin with Gray Light Guide Service and Catch America. I'm here with
Prep Radio, Bare Bones Guide Service. We're teaming up here today to give our weekly fish report on striped bass in the Sacramento River. And what a couple of damn windy fish catching days we're having.
Yeah, today's Cinco de Mayo, which it seemed like Cinco was the number today because it was fish after fish after fish. Multiple hookups, doubles, couple triples. Fishing was excellent today. We're mainly dragging minnows right now. Sitting on picks or anchors isn't as good. Not a lot of trollers out there right now. It's just a minnow bite.
Yeah, with 30-40 mile an hour gusts of wind, it pretty well cleans out everybody except for some of us more crazy guys who decided to venture out and do this. But it was exceptional fishing. This whole last week has been really some really good fishing. But I got a feeling we're past the peak of all of this. We're got to be on the downstream side. Water has got to be dropping, so they're cutting the flows. Water temperatures are coming up. Fish are spawning off really fast. But we'll continue to see these little waves of fish that come on in. And if you got some really good communications going on with maybe a few other people out there, you can kind of search and find these on out, like what we did today. Wes got on a really nice group of fish, called me on up, and we just put the smash on them. It was just a kick in the butt fishing time there. Just probably less than an hour and a half. Boats full of fish. Some great stuff. So you'll be seeing some really cool videos, so you want to stick around and watch some of this cool videos that we've got coming through as well.
Yeah, it was a great day. I mean, we had five limits per boat by about 9 o'clock, if not earlier this morning. Really good quality fish. But like I said, everything's going to start backing out of this system. We're going to have to start chasing them downstream, so I expect them to start in and up. Knight's Landing, Tisdale, maybe down in that area, but we're definitely on the downhill side of the striper season. We're looking at some hot weather and some low flow, so it's going to kind of shut us down. But, you're constantly having to chase these fish every day. I mean, this past week we've been moving around quite a bit, locating them. But
every day is an adventure.
Yeah.
And just remember, we don't stop fishing just because the stripers are done. We'll be moving on to the mountains. We'll be doing Kokanee, and Wes will be up there on the Eastern Sierras doing the trout fishing. So still a lot of activity. The summer's just got to be getting rolling on in. So we still got a lot of good fishing yet to come up.
Absolutely, yep. We'll be on the Eastern Sierra, Bridgeport, Twin Lakes, Brett will be Bullards,
Bullards of
Oroville,
Oroville.
Stampede soon.
Yeah, probably Stampede
So
as
we'll
well.
have plenty more coming after the striper season, so make sure you guys like and subscribe to Catch America Fishing for your next week's fishing report.
Hey guys, Captain Nate checking in with your weekly fishing report for the week of May 5th, and I am live from the backyard. We've been kept off the water the past few days due to wind. So, you know, just Mother Nature doing her thing, doing what she does. This weather has definitely been volatile. It's been warm, then it gets cold, and then we get wind and everything else. So it's kept us off the past few days, but Berryessa has been absolutely fantastic. We've been smacking limits of trout. We've been getting big fish up to almost 5 pounds with the trout. We've been getting nice kings to almost 5 pounds. We've been kokanee at up to 17 inches just while we're fishing for the trout. We've been catching bass. We've been catching crappie, pike minnows. I mean, you name it, they're biting like crazy. Berryessa fishing is fantastic, guys. We've been keeping everything pretty much from about 12 feet down to around 40, 45 feet. These fish are definitely starting to drop from this warmer weather. We're still using our trigger spoon juniors, optimizers, smother them in chrome killer scent. I cannot give you guys any better advice than that. I don't care what type of spoons you're running. I prefer that you run those. Those spoons are running great, shad patterns. But whatever you're doing, use the scent. Guys, your bites are going to increase a ton. This stuff is working fantastic. There's a lot of people sending in pictures, videos, you know, with appreciation for how good the scent's working. Give it a shot. You know, you're missing out if you're not using it. So other than that, guys, we're going to be starting our king salmon, kokanee salmon season possibly as early as tomorrow. I'm going to be talking to my guys, see what they want to do, and we'll go from there. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. We'll be having some kokanee packages for you guys there on the Catch America website too. I'll comprise a nice little selection there, so you'll be able to just grab that, go out there, hook it up, make your corn. Make your corn with a little bit of tuna. Put the chrome killer on your corn. Tip the hooks with corn, and you know you're gonna go out there and you're gonna hammer fish. I'm really looking forward to starting up this salmon season. Moving on to Lake Comanche and Lake Pardee. Those lakes are going to be getting tougher and tougher right now, guys. They're slowing down on the plants because the water's getting warm. Usually when the water hits 70 degrees, that's kind of the mark where they'll stop planting. When that happens, you've got to really shift towards the main part of the lake. You have to fish the main body. Long leaders now. You're gonna want to get out there, get to the cooler water. So you're gonna be making long casts and using long leaders with your power bait. Green, rainbow, glitter power bait. Not only at Comanche but at Pardee. Pardee, you wanna walk around. You can walk all the way to the far side. There's an old beaver dam. There's a walkway. You can walk up across the spillway. That'll kind of get you out, you know, into some deeper water where you'll still have a shot at those fish because boats are still not allowed at either lake. Comanche, you still want to fish kind of near the launch ramps. There's still some deeper water there. You just want to cast out a long ways to get to them. Lake Almanor is going to start, you know, they've been slowing down as well. Fish are dropping down, guys, you know, so out of Almanor you can still troll. Boats are still allowed. They are doing some inspections. So definitely check in with them and see what you need to do to be cleared to fish on their lake. But those fish now are anywhere from 15 on down to about 35, 40 feet. So about the same as Berryessa. Run the same spoons I mentioned earlier, chrome killer scent, and you'll still have a shot. Usually we do pretty good at Amador up through the end of May, and then usually it kind of tapers off, and then, you know, then it's kind of over until winter time. So guys, that's your fishing report for this week. I'm excited, man. Check out the Facebook, check out Instagram, everything at Big Nate's Guide Service, Catch America website. Catch America's got a ton of content on YouTube. We've got all sorts of good stuff coming out. We're gonna have our kokanee, our king salmon stuff coming out here real quick on the website as well, guys. Appreciate the support, and we will talk with you guys next week. Everyone have a blessed day.
Hey, good morning. Captain Brian Racucci here with Big Daddy's Guide Service, and this is your Catch America Lake Almanor fishing report. Hey, spring keeps rolling on here at Lake Almanor. That means a couple of things. You got to be prepared for change. We're sitting here, the water temps have come up now into the upper 50s in the morning, and we're seeing them top out in the low 60s. The bug hatches we talked about last week just continue to get nothing but bigger. The fish got lots of food out here, and they're taking advantage of it. You can see fish swirling all over the surface, coming up and down on the sonar, feeding on those bug hatches. They're still picking off a few pond smelt here and there, but primarily my focus has been on the fish that are concentrated on the bugs. Hey, when these fish are eating the bugs the way they are, they can feed at just about any level in the water column, from the bottom all the way to the surface. Most of our activity has been in the top 30 feet. We've been fishing water anywhere from 10 to 60 feet deep, out over the east shore and a little bit over on the west side. But like I said, spring's kind of a transition time, so you have to be prepared to kind of move with the fish. And once you find the active ones that want to bite, stay on them. The good news is, with the springtime conditions we're seeing right now, a little bit of everything is working here at the lake. You like to troll slow, you can troll slow. You like to troll fast, you can troll fast. For me, it's been a combination of both those things. Literally everything is on the table at your disposal right now. Soft plastics, worms, all working good, catching mostly browns and a few rainbows. Then you switch over to the fast hardware. That's stuff like the optimizers, the trigger spoons. They're picking up mostly rainbows and a few browns. We're seeing fish anywhere from 2 pounds up to 6-7 pounds right now. Good grade of fish, good quality of fish. That's the beauty about Lake Almanor, is there's no shortage of food. These fish are healthy, and when they're eating the bugs, they get a whole new attitude of pissed off when they're hooked up. If you're choosing to run the artificial stuff, whether it's the soft plastic slow or the spoons fast, don't forget the scent. Even though that water clarity's improving, scent just gives one more level for that fish to track down your bait and hopefully get it in his mouth securely. We do have a little front pushing in that's going to bring some wind and possibly a little bit of precipitation, although they're backing way down on that. But we expect to see some windy conditions here in the next few days. Look for the bite just to keep right on rolling. For more information about what's going on here at Lake Almanor, you can check me out at BigDaddyFishing.com. or look us up on all the social media platforms at Big Daddy's Guide Service.
Hey, this is Captain Monty Smith of Gold Country Sport Fishing, here with your Catch America weekly Don Pedro fishing report. Water conditions are still excellent. Visibility is about 14 feet that I was able to see on Saturday, and the water is very, very clear. It's almost too clear. But it is still rising. It's a slow, steady rise. And you know, the temperatures, the lake temperature, the surface anyway, is pushing 70 degrees, especially with this very warm weather we're gonna have, or are having. And you know, that's a great thing. It's gonna push the fish deeper. There's gonna be a water column down there where these fish are at. It could be a 5-foot column, it could be a 10 to 15 foot column. And you know, by knowing that, get a fish hawk. It'll tell you what your water temperature is. You put it on the downrigger, drop it down to 100 feet, bring it back up, and it'll tell you the depths at 5-foot increments. That's when I get my phone out. I take pictures of the depths, so then I can zero in and hone in of where those fish should be. We're still catching king salmon. The big ones have kind of, they've moved. We're still catching them, but the bigger ones are kind of harder to find right at this time. But don't give up, they are there because we have already caught them. We're still using a shad on a harness. There is going to be a video. I made a video on Sunday of exactly how to create that homemade shad rig. So give it a week, whatever. You'll see a video on there, and it's a great tool to have because that's exactly how I'm using it. You know, Saturday's trip had 4 guys, great guys. We went out, we was looking for kings. It was tough in the morning. We had a barometric pressure change, and that can really mess with the king salmon bite. And it did. So then we decided to put my homemade spoons on, and we changed locations, and we started catching a few fish. Then the wind came up, got a little challenging to hold a steady course. We covered a lot of water on Saturday. And after watching fish come up to our baits, my spoons, they wasn't having it. So I suggested let's go back and finish our day where we started, fishing for kings. And we did, and we noticed up there that the fish were looking at it also. So put the rods back out with shad on them, and we started catching fish. We caught kings, nothing huge outside of the 21-inch rainbow that hit a shad at 72 feet. They still ended up the day with 11 fish. In my book, it was tough, but it was still a good day. The kokanee season is here. We're starting to catch a few fish, and I just have to dedicate a day or two to target them and just stay with it and look and look and look until I find them. So if this is something you would like to do, give me a call, 209-581-4734, or check us out on the web at goldcountrysportfishing.com. On Friday's trip, we had a little 10-year-old guy out with his dad, and they put 7 fish in the boat in short order till about noon. And for kokanee, we now have this kokanee slammer made by me. Okay, don't forget to go to this online store at Catch America and get yours today. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. You'll get automatic updates letting you know that there's a new video in town. So I'm Monty Smith of Gold Country Sport Fishing. Hope you have a great day, and Catch America. Thanks.